Hello, everyone. We're Sky and Mackayla, and today we welcome the Moonjays to the soundtrack of our lives. They'll talk to us about their music, how they got here, and the joys and struggles of being in a pop rock band. Welcome. We're glad to have you.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah. So maybe to start off a little bit, the conversation, can you guys tell us how all of you met and how did you start the Moonjays?
Yeah, basically, Justin and I had a lot of mutual friends in high school. Didn't meet until my senior year. But we met through, basically, because I was actually in a metal band at the time, and Justin was just like known as a musical guy. And so all my friends were like, dude, you got to meet this guy, Justin Jinx. You guys are going to get along so good. Little did I know he absolutely hated the music that I was currently playing. But yeah, we wound up carpooling to some party one night, and there happened to be a DJ there, and nobody danced except like us two. So I was like, all right, he's cool. And then and then she started kind of messing around playing like acoustic covers and stuff like that. And then eventually we were like, hey, we should start a band. Do you know like a drummer and a bass player? And so I was like, I think I might have a bass player for us. And our first bass player, Jordan, was like my longtime friend. Like we played t-ball together. We were in both my other bands together too. Just a super talented guy on guitar, but also had like a great ear for bass and was really talented at that too. And then Justin actually knew our drummer. I didn't meet him until we started the band.
And then we went to the same high school. I didn't know him till the summer after I graduated high school, though. He's a couple years younger than I was. And he was playing soccer. I played soccer in high school, and I got invited back to like an alumni versus the current players. And he happened to be playing, and it was really weird. Like, he just added me on Facebook. Like, I didn't even talk to him during the game. I was like, Josh Brown, who's this guy? And so I clicked on it because I was like, I have a tendency, like, maybe I do know the person. I'm like bad with names. So I'm like, maybe I know this person. I was like looking through his Facebook. This is back when Facebook was used a lot more. And then I saw that he had like videos of him playing the drums. And I was like, oh, this kid's kind of good. And at the time, I was kind of like, oh, I want to start playing music like, with more, other musicians and stuff. And so I just messaged him. I was like, oh, you do music? And he's like, yeah, cool. And I'm like, did you know I did music? He's like, no, I just added you. Super weird, but super grateful that it happened. And so, when we started the band, I was like, well, I got this Josh guy. And and then Josh is actually the one that came up band name. That was just like a 4 or 5 month process of just throwing names at a wall and making sure that they weren't taken by the band, which most of them are Christian rock bands from Sweden or something.
Yeah.
Wasn't taken, and we were like, okay, cool. So we rolled with that, and we've been a band, I don't know, probably coming up on
10 years,
7 or 8 years,
something like
that. And then and then our current bassist is the second bassist we've had, and he's been with the band probably 4 or 5 now.
At least 4. At least 4.
So, so pretty much the same crew through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there any meaning behind the name of the band, or it was just like?
You'd have to ask the drummer, but from what I understand, because we haven't asked this question, not really.
Yeah.
So we were in a group chat, and we were all like, and every now and again, someone would just throw like a few band names out. Like, what about this? And then people would be like, that sucks, or no, whatever. And he actually sent a text with, I want to say like 4 or 5 just random names. And the Moonjays, I think, were like number 2 or 3. And I just like read them. And for whatever reason, that one, I was like, oh, that's not the worst. I believe he just said at the time he was on some sort of space kick and he liked space themed stuff. People ask us at the time, we were all J names, Justin, James, Jordan, the original bassist, and Josh. And so people were like, oh, is that where the J's come from? And he said it wasn't a conscious decision. He goes, oh, I don't know. Maybe I was just literally like throwing words together that sounded okay. Yeah. So maybe subconsciously he was keen to that. And now there's this ongoing joke that Ryan needs to change his name to a J name. But we're like, I don't think Josh did that.
Well, it's Ryan, but the J is silent.
Yeah.
So you've been a band together for a while. How has the dynamic and bond changed over the time?
Oh,
that's yeah. Go ahead, take it.
No, it's not a change. I would say mostly for just to give an example, it's funny because like when we started the band, me and him had a pretty good like friendship. We'd been friends for 3 or 4 years at that point. So we were obviously we were already really good friends. And I knew Josh, but I didn't really hang out with him like I had done a couple jams here and there. But so definitely like the friendship and that aspect between me and Josh, and I'm sure him too. He could say the same thing for Josh, as we actually become like pretty close friends just doing this for a while because we see each other every week.
All four of us, really.
Yeah, and then even Ryan, even though he's been in the band the shortest amount of time, like you said, it's still been probably like 4 years. So definitely friendship. And it was funny because like initially Josh was very quiet, not very opinionated.
Yeah.
He would just play the drums. It's good, like whatever he would say. And then like after being in the band a little bit, he started having his own opinions, his own ideas. I'm like,
He's like the most opinionated one in the United States.
It's just kidding, kind of bust the chops a little bit. So yeah, definitely. No, it's good though. It's definitely become more of a like friends that have gotten together to play some music, and much more of a brother dynamic. We'll get on each other's nerves and probably argue, but we'll get over it pretty quickly and stuff. So
yeah, the working relationship, we all work really well together, but just to be able to see like how much fun we have just like hanging out and going to shows or whatever we're doing now. Like we're all super pumped. Josh's wedding is coming up, and we're all super pumped to like go to that and have a good time. But
we're trying to actually get along. We actually get along really good as long as we're not talking about band related things. That's like the only area in our lives where we will argue or actually like have like a disagreement or a dispute or be mad at each other for 10 hours or whatever it is at most.
Sure.
But
for the most part though, I mean, it's like
no, I mean, I would say we definitely have, it's been a learning process, but like we've been able to get over things quickly and just understand how like each one communicates. Some are a little more sensitive, some are a little more direct. So it's like that whole balance of like understanding I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, and the other person being like, but I'm sensitive, so just find a middle ground, that it's like I'm in a relationship with three dudes. Like, it's very much that sort of dynamic. So
100%.
Yeah. So when you guys started making music, were there any like expectations in the band, or was it more like let's just have fun and see where this goes?
No, I mean, at least I'm pretty sure I speak for at least Justin, myself, and probably Josh too. When we started this, it was very much like, all right, we're gonna do this for the rest of our lives. That's the goal. Like this is gonna be our career. So when we started, we didn't even play a show until like a year after we had been playing together, because we wanted to be like tight and have some original songs together and stuff like that. So our first show actually went really well for a first show ever. But no, it's always been about like eventually being able to do this for a career, and like just chasing the dream, like with our friends. We're lucky enough to where every member of the band right now is very much on board to try and do this as a career and like live that life and just kind of chase down the dream for a little while longer. At least we're getting older, so we'll see how long it lasts.
But yeah, from day one, the whole idea of like the band there was like an end to why we wanted to be a band. Like this band is so that we can quit our day jobs.
Yeah,
that's been the goal for the last 7 or 8 years.
Okay, so right now, content and songs, people are really into the short form, TikTok versions of songs. And you guys have released songs that are longer than average songs. What unique elements does it bring to your overall sound? And why do you continue to release songs that are very different from what people are looking for, or expect, I should say?
Oh, good question. You're essentially asking us, why haven't you done anything with this band thing? You're pointing out potentially why we haven't done anything. Why do we do that? I think aside from knowing that music was something we wanted to do for a living, I think very early on as well, we decided as a band that like we're just going to do what feels best to us, what's most authentic. I feel like, we're not that old, but I would say we're kind of old souls in just sort of like the kind of music we like. And this isn't me like taking shots at current music. There's plenty of current music that's great. But the whole trend in social media and sort of like you mentioned, catering to the snapshot that just grab your attention really quickly and try to hold it. I just feel like if we tried to do that, it would kind of just be this inauthentic version of ourselves. And like, I think that would be it would be reflected in the music, and it just wouldn't be very good. And we just like, it's just not really our forte. We're not really great at it. So I think we just kind of decided, hey, we're going to do what feels good to us, what we think people would like if they gave it a chance. And sure, it might be like a smaller audience, but I think that those that are on board are going to be pretty like loyal and kind of like what we have to offer. Sort of let the chips fall where they may, I guess.
I think a lot of it too is when we write songs that are, 4 minutes, like 3 minutes plus, songs like Still Young or Sway, anything, that's over 4 minutes. A lot of it is we find something in the song, it's really serving the song. And so we make a conscious decision. If the song doesn't need to be that long, like it won't be that long. But sometimes you just have to you just have to discover the rest of the song. Like Still Young, I can't imagine that song being any shorter than what it is. Like it needs that like 2 minute intro. It needs that like extended outro. And that like every part of that song is completely necessary to tell the story of the song. And so it's a lot of that too. But I think aside from the authenticity part of just being who we are and doing what we think feels best, it's very much like just serving whatever song is that we're working on right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we do have a handful of 3-minute songs.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not released yet.
Yeah.
We're working on recording more music and releasing it, but yeah.
I mean, I've heard like a few songs that are like over 3 minutes. I think there's one that has like 5 minutes. There's like 5 minutes or something. I personally don't think they feel long, if that makes sense. Like there's songs that can
go.
Yeah.
There we go.
There's music that feels long without being long. But your music, I don't feel like it feels long. It doesn't feel like repetitive or like boring or stuff like that. So
Mission accomplished.
Thank you for saying. I think that's like a testament to kind of what James is mentioning of like, we don't say, hey, let's write a 6-minute song. It's like, hey, we're writing the song. We're discovering like, oh, this feels really good. This is where the song wants to go. And I think like having 4 people, I think it's like a good sort of checks and balance system where like if one person's just getting carried away and they're like, I want a 3-minute solo, you're like, you don't need a 3-minute solo here, sir. I think we can all 4 is like, yeah, that feels good. And even though like, sure, like now that we look at it, the song clocks at about 5 or 6 minutes, but you're like, yeah, I think that's what the song wanted to be. So thank you for saying that. We're glad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course.
For listening.
No, of course. I enjoy it. And I think your voice is very unique, very different. So it kind of.
Thank you.
I tell them that all the time.
You can say feminine.
No,
they tell James all the time, well, that's cool. You got a chick singer, man. Right on.
That does happen quite often.
Yeah, a chick singer.
That's also probably true.
No, if I'm honest, it sounds weird, but I prefer when singing voices. I think male voices that are like higher than the regular kind of stand out and they sound very nice and unique. I don't know. I enjoy listening to those things.
Thank you. It doesn't offend me either way. Thank you.
Yeah, no. So, again, going back to like TikTok and stuff, do you guys find it maybe challenging to transition like your followers and your following on that platform to like Spotify?
I'm gonna be honest, we haven't figured it out. So I like it's not like a strategy that we've thought about too much, but yeah, we definitely haven't figured that out yet. We're still the problem is that nobody in the band is really like loves social media. So it's like, getting content and putting stuff out on that platform has always kind of been like pulling teeth for us. So it's very difficult. And we kind of and it might just be laziness, but we kind of try and like let the music take care of most of it for us and just kind of rely on like, well, hey, if it's a good song, people listen to it, like, so we just try and write the best music we can. We're trying to get a little bit better at the social media thing, but it's tough because none of us really enjoy it. So
yeah,
that makes sense.
To his point, like you said, you hope that usually there's at least like one person in the band that really sort of takes the social media or is at least willing to do it. And we definitely have like this sort of up and down relationship with social media. But at least for me, I know like the longer I've been in the band and just the older I've gotten, I'm kind of like, okay, just like focus on what you do really well and try to do that really, really well. And then try to just like expand your team and try to bring people who do things well that you are terrible at. So like, instead of like trying to do everything and just killing ourselves with the social media thing and then burning ourselves out, maybe the music suffers or maybe our live shows suffer. It's like, well, what do we do? Well, like we take the writing process of writing good music really seriously and putting on a really good live show super seriously. Let's be the best we can at that. And let's hope that draws the attention of some people that want to jump on board. And sometimes you get lucky we got kind of lucky with this TikTok thing, and that's kind of helped expand our team, so to speak. And that's given us some upcoming opportunities that we're excited about. And so, hopefully we don't squander those. We get more opportunities, and then eventually we'll get someone on board that's really good at social media. It's like, I'll handle that for you. And then the sky's the limit after that. For all you fools, you better watch out when we get a social media manager.
Once that happens, it's over. Because we were talking about this the other day. If we had the dedication or the means or just somebody to do it for us, like we have so many great ideas when it comes to like music videos and like social media like stuff, like content, but like we have no way to execute them in the way that we envision them. Like we want to put out like a 30-minute mockumentary, like just because like if you were to hang out with us for a day, like we're really funny people, like just on the daily, like. And we just like want to do something like that. Like the music video ideas we have, we'd probably need like a $10 million budget for it. You know what I mean? Like, but they would be the best music videos you've ever seen in your life, but we just can't do it. So, once that happens, it's gonna be good.
You guys should put experiences out there for your fans. Come hang out with us and have a funny day.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of people that would love that for this.
Well, that's something that I would love to do once, people actually want to hang out with us. Because right now, like I just work at a hotel and I happen to be in a band. You know what I mean? Like I'm a regular guy.
This is a funny thing. An aspiring musician, super lame. When you make it, and if you're like, no, I'm a full-time musician, you're super cool.
Yep.
Even though the only difference is like I get paid a little bit more than I did like a year ago or whatever it is. But I do the exact same thing. But people are like, you still have a day job? You're a loser.
So you had mentioned that you have some upcoming stuff and music in the works. What can you share with us? What are you allowed to say about it?
Whatever you want to
That's
know.
the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. Yeah.
What do we got? So we just released a single less than a week ago.
June 2nd.
One of this guy's songs. So occasionally he'll take lead vocals on some songs, and that's one that he did. It's called You, so you can stream that one. We have another single that's going to come out, I don't know, in a month or two, hopefully. Whenever it's finished. It's almost finished, so it should be soon. And like we said, we don't really have a strategy. We're like, hey, we're going to put it out, and whether it gets discovered in a few months from now, a year from now, we don't care. And so, and just in the process, we're trying to just record as much music as possible. We're not really worrying about like an album. We just want these songs that we've been working on that we really enjoy playing live and that people seem to react to. Just want to give them the opportunity to be able to add it to the playlist if they like it and whatnot, and have it be available for them. So that's a focus, just recording as much of our stuff as we can. No real rhyme or reason to it. And then got some upcoming shows. The big show that we're most excited about is July 22nd. We're actually headlining the Troubadour in LA, which is a big deal for us. So we're super stoked.
Very exciting.
Yeah, so that's the big one. Then we got some other shows here and there, but that's sort of like the big
Kind of throwing,
we're looking forward to.
Yeah, throwing all our eggs in that basket, should I say?
Essentially, if we don't get a record deal, we don't have that expectation.
Yeah.
We actually found out, we actually found out about you guys and that you were playing this show because we talked to After Kepler, lead singer,
cool.
and they're gonna be playing that same day, I guess.
Yeah,
for you or something?
great guys.
They are, yeah. So I met James through a mutual friend, another musician, when we were kind of in the works of getting the Troubadour date kind of settled in. They wanted 4 bands on the bill just to ensure like a certain amount of tickets to be sold. And we had 3 locked in, and I was like, well, how many 4? And I met James only like once, and I talked to him occasionally on Instagram. But I was like, hey, your band's LA based. You want to jump on this bill? And he was like, yeah. And it was actually cool. We had a few weeks back, we had an opportunity to open for them at the Venice West in LA. It's really good to see them play, and it was a great show. They put on a great show. They brought a lot of people, so it was fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're really looking forward to it. We had the opportunity to play with another artist that's on the bill for July 22nd. Her name's Delaney, the direct support slot. We were actually just like, we're filling in on the showcase. We just were like a band for hire, so we didn't play any of our stuff. We played for a friend of ours, but she headlined that show, and we got to see her, and she was phenomenal. So we're super, super stoked about, like, because the show from top to bottom is going to be great. And I mean, I'd be lying if I said it didn't feel good to be headlining. So so we're super excited. Stuff,
Yeah.
We're trying to do like a couple of throwbacks to like people that have been with us from like the beginning, just to kind of satisfy the song we don't play very often, but here you go.
Yeah.
And then a few from the album, just like the album's still out. And most of the show is kind of like, hey, this is kind of who we are now, and this is what you have to look forward to. So hopefully you can, because objectively, what we've written since the music that we've released is better. So
much better.
we want to obviously shoot a case.
Not to.
When I'm playing our card, like Clark's posted, that's like,
Yeah.
we have really good music. Trust us. So,
Yeah.
well, it's better from us.
We worked out the set. We worked out the set last week, and there's a couple songs that are like OG, like classics for our fans that have been with us forever.
We say fans,
we mean our family and friends, but
you don't play our one song to play it because it's a terrible song. But you know what? We'll play it.
I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna try and just sound cool and say fans, but
fans.
And
They
then
are fans.
like another chunk of the set is like album stuff, and then probably at least half the set is newer stuff. Like we're gonna be playing "You," the newest single. We're gonna be playing the upcoming single, which I imagine will be out by July 22nd. It's called "No Sleep," and we're gonna be playing that one as well. And then it's just all new stuff that we've been playing for a while and just are really excited about to get recorded. So that's kind of priority number one for us right now.
Okay. So obviously you guys use a lot of like comedy and humor all the time, as we can see right now.
You gotta make it through life somehow, Sky.
That's true.
It's to stop the tears.
So how did that become a thing on your like social media? Was it like thought, or is it just because you guys are like this and it just kind of happened?
So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you see like whatever sort of image that a band or an actor, whoever has like a big following, like who knows if that's kind of who they actually are. Like if you hung out with them away from the cameras, that's not us. Like what you see is exactly who we are pretty much all the time. We don't really know how to, even just like there's certain like things we've recorded where even if it's like a bit where like hey, you kind of have to act this certain way. It's like so hard for us. Like this is so dumb. I can't do it.
That's what it is. It's half of it is
we're just terrible actors. Is what it really is.
Half of it is you're just seeing who we are as people because we don't know how to be anybody else. And then the other half of it is we hate social media so much that we have to try and just have fun with it. So we're like, let's just try and have a good time. And most of having a good time for us is, ridiculing each other. So we just start doing that on camera, and it worked out.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That works. That works out.
Yeah, like I can't do a fake accent all the time. You know what I mean? It's just
Okay, so now we have a section we call Questions No One Wants Answers To, where we ask the most ridiculous questions that we could find.
love it.
Okay, so let's start with, do you eat or drink soup?
It's a good question.
I'm
gonna say eat. I'm gonna say eat soup because personally, when I order soup, I want it better be meaty enough for me to chew it. You know what I mean? I don't really care about the broth. You know what I mean? Like once I'm done eating the contents of the soup that require a spoon, like I'm done. I'll just toss the rest. I don't really care. But that's what do you? I mean,
I was just gonna say I think it depends on the soup because like obviously if there's things you're chewing, you're eating. But like if you have like a tomato bisque, I guess you could drink that. You literally put it in a cup, take a straw and drink it like a tomato smoothie.
I mean, I dip my grilled cheese in it. I don't even drink it or eat it. It's just a dressing for my grilled cheese.
Yeah. I'd probably say eat because you need some sort of substance to your soup, I guess.
Also sounds weird to say that you drink soup.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah. Nobody goes to a bar and orders soup. You know what I mean?
That's true, yeah.
So that's
What can I get you to drink? Like a broccoli and cheddar, please.
a noodle.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I agree with that. I definitely eat soup. What do you think, Mackayla? Do you eat
Well,
it or you
why
drink
would
it?
you say that you drink soup? That just sounds so wrong.
Well, the fact that you even asked this question, now I'm psyching myself out because when she said I eat soup, I'm like, well, that sounds wrong too now. I slurp my soup.
Okay, Okay. What is the most irrational superstition that you have? If you have one.
Yeah. Superstitions, man. I don't know. I kind of just disregard all of them. Yeah.
Good, right. I don't know. Like the only, I guess, mild superstitions I guess I had a couple more when I was like an athlete. Like I played sports in high school. And so there are certain routines, certain things I did. But I think, I mean, I knew deep down, I'm like, I'm not going to play good because I have the same pair of socks. It was just a matter of like, to me, that was just like, how I got ready for it. Like I had like a list of things that it's like I need to do it. And if I don't and I got thrown out of rhythm, maybe I didn't have a good game or whatever. So like little things like that, but nothing crazy. Like I said, I know because I grew up watching sports and these guys are like, he, gets really into the superstition. I laugh at that. But I think for me it was more of a, like I said, just kind of having a list of things to go through of like this is gonna get me focused and like ready to play this game.
I just thought if I don't change my guitar strings before a show, I totally have one. If I don't change my guitar strings before a show, I'm convinced that I'm going to break a string in the middle of a song, which is why I always bring two guitars to every show in case that happens. And he laughs at me. But like I'm like, I don't know how you only bring one guitar to a show, dude. Like what if you break a string? He's like, nah, dude. I'm like,
Have you broken a string on stage?
no.
He's never broken a string.
Not in this band,
in this
Mackayla.
band.
Not in this band. In my last band, it happened like twice, and it was like the worst thing ever. Like just right in the middle of a solo, it just goes.
For the record, I don't want you to think that I am a careless performer. Okay? I'm willy-nilly out there with 3-year-old strings. Be like, it's gonna be fine. I'm aware that if you don't change the strings after a while, it's gonna break. But I'm talking about I'm like, dude, this is the second show I played with these strings on, and if you're not buying cheap strings, I'm like, they're not gonna break. But he's just like, I gotta change it, dude. I didn't change it for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Like we'll have a show one week and then a show the next week, and I will change strings before the next show because it's that severe.
What happened if it was one night to the next?
One night to the next,
Okay
I think I would clean the strings,
Okay.
but I wouldn't just not touch them because I'm gonna break a string. Like I'm convinced.
I feel like strings don't break that easily though.
You would think so. But there have been times I'm like, how did that just happen? Like in the middle of rehearsal, it'll just snap.
It's not impossible. And if we were big time, you'd have a guitar tech that's literally putting brand new strings every show, which would be fantastic. But
Yeah.
That's probably the only one I got though. I can't really think of any others.
No, I mean that's one, and that's like an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any, Mackayla? I don't think I have any though.
I mean, I don't know. I'm more like I prepare for things. And it's not like a superstition. I'm just like, if I don't have like a first aid kit with me or like something like that.
Respect.
But that's
I have one in my backpack.
but that's like more safety.
Yeah.
You
But a
know,
lot of
I
people
don't know
don't
if that's
think about it.
yeah. Well, my grandma's a nurse and my dad is a registered EMT. So
Nice.
yeah.
My mom was a nurse.
Nice.
Yeah.
that's why you are the way you are.
I wouldn't say that much. There's much more traumatic reasons for the reason that I am. But yeah.
Okay, the next question is very important. Do you sing in the shower?
I know you do. I don't anymore. I don't sing in the shower anymore. And which is probably Justin's like, oh, that's why you're so bad now. But
You're supposed to be progressing. No.
but yeah, no, I actually noticed that recently. That's really weird you asked that question because I noticed recently. I'm like, when did I stop singing in the shower?
I don't. So it used to be a thing where like I would sing, like I would just sing like all sorts of songs in the shower. I don't really do it that often anymore. So I will work out like melodies and sort of lyrics, like if I'm writing something. I do that in the shower, but that's pretty much the only singing I do in the shower now. So I would say it's probably like 50-50. There's plenty of showers I just jump in, do the thing, and I get out. But yeah, a lot of times if I'm working on a song, I'll try to kind of mess with some stuff in the shower. Or if I just finished a song, I'll like sing it to be like, does it feel good? But yeah, not really just singing to sing, but I do that a lot. Like I'll do that when I'm driving and stuff.
Okay, so
much
you sing your music, like your stuff that you're working on, but not like other people's music. Like,
I mean, every now and again, I mean, I don't. It's not something I've mentally clocked and like, oh, I'm singing in the shower lately.
What am I gonna sing today?
Yeah,
It's more in the car now, I
I
think.
sing plenty in the car. Well, I also do like a handful. I'll probably have like at least 1 or 2 like solo gigs a week where I'm singing for like 3 to 4 hours. So I sing a bunch, and I'm singing other people's music a bunch. Sometimes I just, gotta give myself a break. Shower seems like a good place to give myself a break.
That's funny.
Mackayla, do you sing in the
Sing in
shower?
the shower, James. That's what you have to.
I don't know. It depends. Sometimes I listen to music and sing along. Sometimes I don't. I don't know. It just depends. Do you, Sky?
I don't remember right now if I do. I probably do. I don't know if it like I don't know if I do it like loud because I always have like my phone playing music just because it feels kind of lonely being in the shower, you know.
Do you play music in the shower? I don't either. But my roommate does.
I have before, and it's nice.
It's super nice. It's super nice. It just for me, it's like
Yeah.
extra work to do. It's like I just gotta get a shower done. And so like it's not like I don't know. It is very nice when it happens. It just doesn't happen very often.
But I'm gonna say that you have to like prepare the songs because when you're showering and the wrong songs come
Okay, so
like it starts playing, it just
follow-up question. Do you have a shower playlist?
I do not.
No
I do
shower
not.
playlist. Okay.
No, but I usually like go through my like songs and I look what's the order of them, and so when I want to start playing them.
Gotcha.
So a couple of years back, I got like a 2 speaker that was waterproof. And so I brought it in the shower for like a couple of weeks after that, just because the novelty of it, like, so I would play songs, and it was cool. But then, but it's just more stuff to like bring and carry back, and like out of town. So,
Oh, I have a Bluetooth speaker that just lives in the shower. It's a shower speaker.
and that's one.
There you go.
Don't you have to charge it? Like, how does that work?
The battery's pretty good. I don't have to charge it that often.
But see, it's just one more thing that I have to worry about.
I mean, I guess you don't have to charge it as often because you're only using it for like the minutes that you're in the shower.
Right.
I don't know.
How often do you forget to turn it off though, or does it have like an auto off thing?
It
Because
automatically
if-
shuts off.
Oh, that's okay. That's necessary because if I had a speaker in the shower, I would 100% forget to turn it off.
Yeah, you need to tune it on all the time. Like
Yeah.
if you play acoustic guitar,
Yeah.
you tune it.
Notorious. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mackayla, you have a next question?
Sure. If aliens landed on Earth, who would you recommend they talk to?
Like anybody or like of the band?
Anybody.
No,
It could be. It
anybody.
could be of the band. It could be anybody.
You have to pick somebody for like, fate of humanity, one of those things.
Okay. You go first.
Alive or dead.
I don't know. That's up to you, I guess.
It's
I
gotta
don't
be
know
alive.
I don't know why I asked.
Landing
because
tomorrow.
As soon as you said that, I had a name pop in, and I can't think of any other names, so I'm just gonna stick with my original name.
Go for it. Yeah.
Jack Black came to my mind, and I was like,
Hi.
That's a good one.
yeah.
That would be pretty iconic.
Yeah, I feel like he's very likable. He'll be like, all right, this Earth place is all right. And who doesn't like Jack Black?
Yeah, that's true.
He's a national treasure.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like your guys' humor is just like him. So that makes sense that you chose him.
I also I follow him on Instagram and see a lot of his funny videos and stuff. I think I just saw some recently of him, so maybe that was why he was in my head.
Probably, yeah.
I think I probably would have to. Man, now you got me thinking about like.
I'll be like,
I'm trying not to pick something like. No, God, no. I'd probably say either like Bill Burr. Bill Burr would be hilarious to talk to him.
Did you say or do you live there? Or are you from Boston?
I'm from Boston. I live there currently, like right outside of Boston.
He is a bit controversial. I just think it would be hilarious. I think so. I think he actually is kind of
Do you like Bill Burr?
Mhm. Yes.
I love Bill Burr. I think he's hilarious.
That would just be so funny. Listen, what are you guys doing here? Probably Bill Burr. Yeah, that's.
I feel like he left before.
You gotta have an answer. Yeah,
I would say like maybe Morgan Freeman or something.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
I don't know. Who will be like good to check? I mean, I feel like there's so many people, but I don't know. I don't have anyone in mind right now.
It's a good question. It's a good question. It's tough. It's tough. Because I was trying to think
Thought-provoking.
of, like I was trying to think like after he said Jack Black, I was like, okay, who could possibly be funnier than Jack Black talking to aliens? Like that'd be great. So that's why I went Bill Burr. But I'm like going through a list of authors and like all these like people I know and stuff like that. Here's my thing: if aliens come to the planet, I'm cool with everything ending. Like I'm cool with it. I mean, let's just have fun in the last moments with that interaction. You know what I mean? If I'm concerned with the fate of humanity, I'm gonna have him talk to my boy Mike. He's a former Navy SEAL. I think he'll do a good job. You know what I mean? Like we'll do that.
Interesting. Okay, we have I think one last question, right? Okay, can you say your ABCs backward?
Nope, absolutely not. Nope,
Not
I
even-
don't even understand. Like that's like a surefire. Do they have people do that with DUI tests? Like that's nobody who can do that sober.
Reason I think there's some people who, for whatever reason, memorize the alphabet backwards as a party trick. I tried to do that once because I thought it was funny, and I sat there for like 20 minutes doing it slow, and then I got through it like once relatively fast, and I was like, I did it. Never did it again. I have zero interest in learning it again. ZYXWQBT. That's probably wrong. That's as far as I want to get, though. I know it's ZYX.
Yeah, DUI.
I got the first three.
No, I cannot.
W.
Yeah.
D-U-T. I think that. ZYX. W-U-T. That's all I got. That's all I got. Don't ask me. Why is it even necessary? Who decided that was a skill? They're just like, you're really cool. This thing that everybody knows in one order. What if I did it backwards? Because that's helpful.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know if it would be
100%.
because I feel like it's something you memorize. It's not like
so
you
like,
actually.
I did the other backwards. You're like, cool.
That's what the aliens are gonna ask for.
Could you imagine? Listen, I'm gonna blow your planet up.
So whoever that's the answer to the previous question. Who would I have them talk to? Somebody who can recite the ABCs backwards because that's gonna save the planet.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta save
apparently
the
very
planet.
very important to
Sorry,
know the
just- can you
ABCs
say the
backward.
ABCs backwards? I feel like I just crapped on your party.
Yeah.
You got real fired up. Michaela's over here like that.
That's- That's
I wish. I mean, I could do it. It just take time because I'd like I'd have to like go through it forward and then figure out what was next.
yeah.
Do it that way.
Well, that would take a lot of time.
Okay, so back to the music related questions. So you do live shows. Aside from strings breaking, what is the most memorable part of the live show, your live shows for yourself?
For me, the most memorable part of any show, because it happens occasionally, is when either one of our voice cracks. That's always good. That's just like in the middle of a note, especially when it's like the note of the song that you're just like felt one of our voice cracks. That's always fun. And then you never forget that the rest of the night. That's
Do you guys like make fun of each other? Like, is it like noticeable that you guys maybe are laughing that it happened? Or had it happened that someone in the like audience said something and that you heard it or something?
No, so I think we've gotten to the point now where like our mistakes aren't really noticeable to anybody other than maybe the band, just because we're so familiar with the songs and practicing it. And even then, there's a lot of times I'm like, oh, I upped that part up. And either James or Josh is like, I don't notice. So there was one time when an audience actually noticed something that was like, what was that? It was real bad, but it was also really funny. It wasn't me. It was Josh.
Yeah.
Josh had this like fill that he had to do, and he just totally botched it. And it was like, and then for some reason, there's like a momentary, there's just enough silence, and you hear someone like in the first second row go, "What?" It was so funny. Probably, yeah, it was the funniest things ever. But no, I know that like early on with us playing shows, like if somebody messed up, which it would happen obviously more frequently in the early shows, we were really good at like we would kind of be like like not into the microphone. And I think we made a conscious effort to be like, hey, like no one's gonna know that you messed up the first time, but if we're all like drawing attention to the fact that you messed up, then they're gonna be like, what happened? Why is that a thing? Oh, we've gotten a lot better now. Now a lot of times it's just like a look I'll give James where we know I'm like, and that's like really all it takes for us. So just kind of like a look, and then we'll just leave it at that. To just be like, I heard that.
Yeah.
And then you can be like, but which is fun because it keeps it light for us and stuff. Like I said, 99% of the time, the audience has no idea that we messed up, and even if they did, it's a live show that's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
the people who do it at the highest level, you know, sometimes they're a little flat or miss a note or
Yeah.
get a lyric or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. So aside from like making music, do you guys do or have any other like professional or personal projects or jobs? And how do those things affect the creative process of like, making music?
I don't. Yeah, I'm not good at anything else, guys. So, yeah, it's. I mean, I started going back to the gym, and so I try and stay like I started running again. So I think maybe that'll help like with like getting out of breath during certain songs where I have to like it's longer strings of words and stuff like that, and longer phrases. Yeah, but like no, as far as other projects and things like that, no.
Yeah, I had a day job, but no need to talk about that because I want to quit it. And the goal is to do music. I mean, there are things I enjoy, but the vast majority of the free time I have is spent on something music related, whether it's writing or just listening and trying to be influenced, you know, discovering new music, whatever it is. I still really do enjoy playing sports. I try to do that once or twice a week, or like you said, just go to the gym and just, but that's more just for my sanity more than anything, trying to stay active. But no, yeah, sports, you know, yeah, that was like a huge part of my life growing up. That was kind of my identity. I was, you know, an athlete and I was constantly playing the sport. And then the older I got, I was like, all right, music is my identity now.
That's the dream, right? Just to be able to do
I'd
music.
probably, you know, I'd probably be a lot happier if I did have other hobbies and passions just to sort of balance it out. But there's just so much time and energy and passion and investment and love in this one thing that when you don't feel like you're getting a return, you're just like, I am miserable.
Yeah.
So I'll look into that. Maybe I'll look into yoga.
Do you have any pre-show rituals that you do as a band? You know, aside from changing your strings.
Of our shows, like I'd be like, I have to have a cup of tea and I gotta do this and and I was much more worried about it. And like the whole day was just like, gotta show later, gotta show later, gotta show later. And I was like, it was a mix of like excitement and obviously a little bit of anxiety as well. And then just after 7, 8 years and however many shows, it's a much more just enjoyable experience. I can be like, I gotta show later and just leave it at that. So I don't think so. Not really.
I changed my strings. No, I don't. I wouldn't say like any pre-show rituals though.
I mean, I get like we're at the point where like we're doing all of like our own setup right now. So for me, that's kind of the time that I'm like focused in terms of like, okay, because you know, trying to be like a better, you know, showman and whatnot is a conscious effort. So kind of thinking like, hey, maybe for this song I say this or I do this or I go here. Just sort of little mental notes because I'm not really worried about like the performing itself. Pretty confident, just like okay, I've done the song a bunch and I don't think I'm gonna forget the lyrics or anything. So just like setting up my unit for like my helix for guitar, the microphone, like sort of sound check, all that stuff. It's just kind of like, hey, all right, you're getting ready for a show. If we got to the point where like that was taken care of, and we're chilling in a green room and then you just walk on stage and play, I would like to probably find something that I can do before.
I feel like it'll eventually happen. We just don't have one yet.
Mhm.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense, yeah. So do you guys ever maybe question if going into the music path was the right decision?
How long
And
do you want to talk about this guy? Yes.
I mean, that's a simple
That's
answer.
like yeah. I like a month ago I applied for like law enforcement. And I was like, okay. I mean, like I didn't want to take the job if I got it, you know what I mean? But like at the same time, if nothing's happening with music, then I probably should, you know, go get a career instead of just working at a hotel for the rest of my life. But I didn't get the job. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll keep doing music all the time. All like literally all the time. Yes. But unfortunately I've been cursed with you know, passion for it. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, simple answer is yes. I think it's human nature. I think anyone that even, you know, does it for a living, I'm sure they had points in the journey where they're like, this is tough. Like, should I stick with it? Anyone that's just like, no, I knew it's what I want to do and I was going to make it work.
They're lying to you.
I mean, even if that's the case, because like I would say that like I've gotten to that point where it's much more like I'm gonna make it work. Like it might look different maybe than what I thought a few years ago, yada yada yada. But it's like I'm just gonna work at it until something happens. Of course, there are times and there are days where like this sucks. This is hard. Nobody seems to care. James said, I don't know. Anytime, like, I've never been able to, like, actually put it down or put it aside. Anytime I've even, like, flirted with the idea in my mind, like, oh, I'm not going to do music. I've had some sort of experience, something that has been like, no, this is what you're doing and you're not allowed to give up yet. So I'm like, great.
That happens every time.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, and the music just isn't doing it for me anymore. And then we write like a banger. I'm just like, this song is the best song ever written. So, yeah.
You're welcome.
So
Right.
how do you guys keep the motivation, like, after so many years? And that I feel like maybe it happens that sometimes you're like, maybe this isn't working, or if you guys have ever been through that, like focusing on numbers, on plays, on like listeners, how do you keep your motivation and like writing music and all that?
I mean, I know for me, I lean on these guys a lot. So anytime that's happening, I pretty much just like pay attention to how excited they are about something and related to the band, be it a song, be it a show. So that, and then sometimes you have to sometimes it really is taking a break, and not necessarily in a long-term sense, just like taking a day. That helps me a lot too, where it's like, okay, today I'm not going to do anything music related and I'm just going to like hang out with my family, or I'm going to just like go to the beach and like go to the gym, like, whatever other things I do, which is hard to find other things to do because I'm a hermit. But yeah, it's I think for me, it's a lot of just leaning on my friends and the guys in the band. And then also just, books. Like I started reading again, and I don't read like motivational books in the sense, but the books that I do read, no, they tend to motivate me somehow. Like I'm not reading self-help books and like motivational books. I'm not even reading like music books, but like most of them are like memoirs and stuff. And so but for whatever reason, just hearing about like the experiences of other people, be it a musician, be it like someone in the military or something like that, or just another great book I like is The Last Lecture by Randy Pausch, and he was like a professor, and you just find motivation in it, people overcoming their circumstance. It helps. So
I think to your point, you're like, oh, if the streams aren't there and whatnot. I don't know. I have this being in a band really helps. Like if I was trying to pursue a solo career, I think it would be super hard, like even harder than it is just trying to like motivate yourself on the day to day. But having people in your band that for me, like personally, when they're like excited about a song I bring to the table, like that's super motivating for me because it just like, and their belief in me is huge and keeps me going. It's weird. Like I don't know why. I don't know where it comes from, but I do have this unfounded belief in what this band offers, if you will. So even when I see the streams or whatever, like I know we're terrible at social media, and I know it's like a matter of like having the opportunity and like being in front of the right people and sort of thing. Like I'm really not worried about that because it's like I know if you get an opportunity, people are gonna like it. I don't know where that comes from. I guess in my brain it's because I like the stuff we do, and the guys in the band like the stuff we do. I mean, for the most part, I like their taste in music. So I'm like, well, if you like that and you like our stuff, it's probably pretty good. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm delusional, I guess. And I'm just happy if I'm doing music. So to James' point, even if it's like, oh, this is really hard, I'm gonna take a day off. And then I'm like, cool. Like, hey, I don't really want to be doing anything else with music right now. This is where I'm happiest. So I'm gonna get back on the horse, if you will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How do you define success for the band? Kind of going off the question that Sky asked.
We have very lofty dreams, but I said this once before and I remembered it, and I think it still is what I would define as success. Is for me, if one person that I don't know, can't be like a friend or family member because I don't trust them, For whatever reason, I've been talking to my therapist about that a lot. They're like, why are their opinions not valid? I'm like, that's not what I'm saying. I just don't believe them. For me, if one person listens to, like, finds one of our songs and one of our band songs is their favorite song, even if it's just for a time, you know what I mean? Because that's going to change. Like, you don't have like an all-time favorite song besides all. But if one person that I do not know, I've never met before, somewhere in the world, one of our songs is their favorite songs, then that's success to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would like to be able to quit my day job, you know, but if that never happens, but the other one does, then I can consider the past 10 years of, you know, chasing music not a waste. So
That makes sense.
It's beautiful, man.
thanks, man. Thanks.
Really nice.
Thank you.
I don't feel that at all. No, I'm just kidding. You know what I say? Them kids. You know, very simply, I would say everyone quits their day jobs. That's sort of the thing. Like, and I do have like big dreams of like, yeah, it would be awesome to like headline a stadium tour and yada yada yada. I could definitely be content being a touring musician and selling out places like House of Blues, you know, El Rey Theater, sort of theaters more so than stadiums. But again, I don't know if it's this unfounded belief, but like I genuinely believe as long as we get to like the next step is going to be easier. And it's like if we're at a point where we're playing like little theaters, to me, it makes no sense why we couldn't do the next thing either. So it's just a matter of getting to there. So, and I know that it's probably not, I know a lot of people might hear that and be like, oh, isn't success just playing music with your friends?
No.
And I'm like, no, it's not. And
it is in high school.
here's the thing. That is a beautiful sentiment. But I don't feel like I'm a very entitled person, but I genuinely believe the four of us are good enough, and I think we're good enough people. And I know that like if given the opportunity, we're going to work as hard as we possibly can. So where it's like, no, like we do deserve to get to do it for a living, whatever that looks like. So I know people probably think it's silly, and they're like, but you
I
just
don't think so.
love it. You love it, right? I'm like, I do love it, and I love it. And the reason I want to do it for a living is so I don't have to do anything else. Like that is what the more I get to do it, the more time I have to do it. Like I would love to not have to go to my day job because I could be doing music stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense.
Realism, right? Like we got bills to pay, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely.
there has to be like that aspect to it where it's like, yeah, I just need to be able to support myself. I'm not saying I have to have like a, you know, $10 million mansion, you know, in Newport Beach or anything. All I'm saying is like, if I can afford rent and not have to go to my day job, sweet.
Yeah, like if we're doing music and rent and my car and just my basic necessities are taken care of and I'm not like worried, you know, living paycheck to paycheck. I'm like, oh man, am I gonna afford groceries this week? Like if all that is taken care of and it's taken care of through playing shows and the music that we release, then I will be stoked. And then anything else after that is a carry on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like being able to, you know, pay your bills and everything through the music you make, and then you like the music you're making, and you're not just making music to make money, because that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, would you? I still don't think I could be in like a really well-paying cover band. I don't think I could do it.
Okay. So what do you guys think is the importance of music in the world right now? And why do you think it's important or relevant to keep creating new music?
You want me to go first?
Big question.
That is a big question.
You know, I could probably try and get philosophical and talk about, you know, what music can do because it's been a huge blessing in my life, which is kind of, you know, the reason kind of why I want to do it. But I'm not gonna throw myself in sort of the realm of like my music is gonna change the world. I'm just much more of like I want to make. I'm gonna rip this off because I saw it. There's a band that we both like. They're called Ripe, and they recently were talking about this tour that they just wrapped up. And he says, "We hope to make the bad days good and the good days better." And I've heard there's plenty of musicians that have said similar things, and that's kind of sentiment. And that's kind of how I feel. Like I just hope the music is uplifting. I hope you feel something when you listen to it, and I hope that me as well as this band is a positive force in your life, the general populace's life. And yeah, and like I guess to bring it full circle, like things like that, just these little moments of bringing someone's day. Like if you do that a lot, like I guess as corny as it does sound, that is kind of the way to change the world. You're not gonna do this one giant grandiose thing, but if you're just a positive force for good and for joy, yeah, that's all you can do. And hopefully that carries and they can. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking.
I was actually I was talking about this with some guy who I had never met before. Like I met him yesterday, like randomly. And we were talking about how just how weird music is, like just how strange it is to like you hear sounds and then you feel things, you know what I mean? Or like somebody sings words instead of just like saying them, and people saying them it works too. But like he was telling me about this song he was listening to like right after his brother died and how he like just started crying and stuff like that. Like it's wild that a song would do that. Like a song can make you feel those things. And so I think Marilyn Manson, oddly enough, had a quote that I like. He said something like music is the strongest form of magic. And I was like, yeah,
I like that.
that's like I kind of believe it. And I think it's cool too, like not everybody can do it. Same way like I'm terrible at sports, right? Like so I'm like cool athletes, like good on you. Not everybody can do music, so having the ability to is like a huge blessing. And so I think obviously we want to be part of just like that community, like call it crazy, but like yeah, I would love to put a song out. Like I said earlier, like the favorite song thing, you know what I mean? Like one person I don't know. It's kind of that sentiment because I haven't met anybody who doesn't listen to music, period. Like everybody has some type of music that they like, whether or not they listen to it all the time or anything, and it surrounds us everywhere. You can't go to the mall, you can't see a movie. Like take music out of movies and movies suck. Like just automatically. I don't care what movie it is, it could be the best movie in the world. You take the soundtrack out of it and it's not gonna be as enjoyable. So for me, it's just it's so everywhere that people don't notice it. And I think that makes kind of like a really powerful force. And so yeah, to have the chance to, be a part of that is a huge blessing. And so I, gotta chase it down, gotta try at least. So.
Mm-hmm. So how do you guys handle creative differences in the band? Any conflicts that arise?
Fight each other. We fight each other.
What I say goes.
It's we've gotten a lot better at it. The question you asked earlier, like how the band dynamic has changed, we've gotten a lot better at that. So like specifically like the disagreements in like a musical aspect, be it like songs we're gonna play at the show or where should we go with this song, things like that. But it's basically just a discussion now. But I think we're all pretty good at Justin especially is really good at like if somebody is super super passionate about their opinion on a song, like maybe there's something that we're not seeing there, and so we'll kind of like at least give it a shot kind of a thing. It's mostly just a discussion, I think.
Yeah, I think we've all, like I said, it's the closer we've gotten as like friends, and there's a genuine understanding that everyone's opinion that they have is what they genuinely think is best, either for the show, for the song, whatever the thing is. Like I think we all can agree that everybody wants what's best for this band. Like there's not really an ego involved. I would hope not. I hope it's like, oh, I don't think this is the right answer because I just want to be right or it's my ego thing. So I think having that understanding, it's a lot easier to be like, okay, let me see why he might think this part needs, we should go here with this. And a lot of times we are able to sort of find a middle ground. Maybe Josh wants to play a certain beat, but maybe James like, I think you should play this certain beat. And so usually the kind of finds sort of like a combination of both. And they're like, okay, that satisfies the feeling that Josh wanted to convey, but it also still has like the same energy that James was trying to get or whatever. So yeah, just talking it out, just trying things. And most of the time, honestly, like there's this understanding like it's just the best idea wins. And generally that kind of will sort of float to the top. Like someone could have an opinion and they could even if they're like really like this is the right thing, and then we'll try it, and then eventually like, you're right, that doesn't feel good. I'm done. Let's do this other thing. I can't really think of any time where like we decided to do a thing and someone in the band was like, I still think you're wrong, but I'm gonna do it. Like totally. They could still be like, I still think this is better, but whatever. And then even if it's like later after playing it a few times, they'll be like, okay, yeah, this feels fine. And most of the time, it's like, I don't even know what we were arguing about 3 months ago.
We've done a poll on Instagram before, like for slow dancing in the bedroom. I came up with that riff, and then Justin and I kind of like almost had a competition for lyrics. So I think I wrote the melody, and then my lyric was "I'll see you in the bedroom," and then Justin's was "slow dancing in the bedroom." So we literally like threw it up on Instagram, like which lyric is better, and he won. So I was like, all right, fine.
He took the loss like a champ. I must say, he was like, yeah, people have spoken. That was the only time we've done that. It was like, for whatever reason, like,
And that was a few years ago. I don't even know if we'd get to the point where we'd have to do another poll, mostly because I can't think if someone was so passionate about something, like he said, I'd probably just be like, whatever, man, fine. I would like to not have this argument, so whatever. I don't know. I mean, I also feel like, and sorry, I know this is probably long-winded, but I feel like everybody understands that like everybody kind of has their own area of expertise. Like I might have an opinion on a drum beat, but at the end of the day, it's like I'm gonna leave it up to Josh because he is the drummer. Um, no one really says anything to me about lyrics because they're not bringing songs to the table. So if they wrote lyrics, maybe they. No,
Oh yeah,
maybe listen to that.
it's true. I mean, there's a reason why I only write, 3 or 4 songs a year, and there's a reason why only 1 or 2 of them make the cut. You know what I mean? So I'm not much of a songwriter. Like I'll take a crack at it every once in a while. Something doesn't suck, and they let me play it. But yeah, like Justin's a great songwriter, so it's hard for us to give feedback in that area. When we first started, we co-wrote a lot of the stuff, and which literally looked like us hanging out, just bouncing ideas back and forth with lyrics and melodies and stuff. But he's gotten so good over the years. It's like, what am I gonna say to him? Like, how am I gonna think of something that's better than that? If I think of something, like I'll tell him, like, hey, what if you did this? But then, that usually train wrecks like the rest of the song. And he's like, well, if I do that, I would have to change this. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Let's just keep the song. But yeah, it's like you said, like we're all pretty good at what we do individually, and so just like kind of leaning on that and letting each domino fall in order works out pretty well for us.
Okay, so we have 2 last questions. The first one would be, maybe, do you guys have any like advice for people that wanna start their music career?
Give up, just quit. Because the world is run by the man.
Oh, you don't know the man.
It's always funny getting this question because I feel like that question's like a lot more, because we've gotten it a couple times.
Mhm.
it means a lot more coming from people that are doing it
For a little successful, at this point, like my only advice is like, look, if you really have the fire for it, you really have the bug, like just chase it down. Like you're gonna regret not chasing it down. I can confidently say that at this point in my life, if I had quit a few years ago, I would have regretted it. So just keep grinding. I mean, it's anybody, as much as I say not everybody has like the ability to play music, for the most part, put in the work, like it'll happen. You can get better. It's a skill. Like if you work on it long enough, you'll get better at it. So if you're passionate about it, just keep grinding, just keep doing it as much as you can, and don't give up. And that's, try and find fulfillment in some aspect of it that is not success. I still, even though we're not at the point we want to be, I still am glad I took the day off work or whatever to go play a show with these guys, because there's something to be said for just making memories with your friends. So yeah, just keep grinding, just keep putting in the work.
Yeah, pretty much that. Just be very real with yourself. Like he said, like you have to decide, you're like, this is what I want to do. Because if you're kind of like, I think it's what I want to do, when those times come that it gets really difficult, and they will come, I don't know anybody that's like, I decided to do music and just happened for me. It's great. I put forth no effort whatsoever, and there were no lows. I don't know anybody that's happened to. So they're gonna come. So just you gotta have that sort of that conviction that like, this is what I want to do, and I'm not gonna give up when it does get hard. And just be real with yourself. Like I think just understanding what you're good at, like I kind of alluded to, and understanding what you're not good at, and then just surround yourself with people who are good at what you're not maybe very good at. I think that's a key to success for anybody. I think anyone will tell you that in any sort of field, is to make sure you have a good team around you. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And make sure you change your guitar strings before every show.
Make sure you change your guitar
strings.
strings before every show, like clockwork. Because if you don't, you will break a string, and it will be the worst moment of your life.
And it'll derail the entire show.
Yeah. Strings, bring 2 guitars to a show. You know, the basics, and a med kit.
Okay, so the last question is, what is the soundtrack of your life?
The sweet, sweet voice of Justin Jinx.
Wait, how are we supposed to answer this?
Yeah, is that like
Like,
is that
it
like
like who we listen to, or is it like, is it really funny? I mean, and this isn't me trying to be off.
our
When
song
I
is
saw-
on the screen doors?
When I saw that email and it said soundtrack of your life or whatever, I was like, oh, that's funny, because like I have said that about what I want my music to be. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Like I
Yeah.
want to write in the sense of like I want to write music for the happy times, the sad times, music that makes you dance. Like I don't want to be just like I do this one type of music. And so I
Mostly,
like
yeah.
very clear, defined
When you
path.
when you say that, you want the soundtrack to my life is the pouring of a tall glass of bourbon, the weeping of you know, and Seinfeld. But no, gosh, that's a wow. Yeah, with this setting this on a good note, nice and poetic. The laughs of my friends and the voices of my nieces and nephews chuckling as they giggle and play in fields.
I don't know if he's being like serious or like, is this actually very sweet or if he's just like,
it's
Here's the
just a
thing.
little bit both.
Not sincere. Then James realized, oh, I'm being sincere. Make a joke.
Yeah.
Because you can't be sincere for too long. You know
That's what it is.
what I mean? We are the same in that regard.
Do you have an answer?
The
That's a tough one.
soundtrack to my life, it's still being written.
Oh, wow. Well done.
I just want to say something.
Yeah, that's I think that sums it up perfect.
okay. Interesting
They're gonna hang
answers.
up saying stupidest answer ever. Yeah, it's trying to be deep. That's what happens when I'm trying to be deep. They look at me like, what? What's that? You guys don't like it? No?
No, like we said, it's your
It's the most unique answer we've gotten.
yeah.
There you go. Unique voice and unique opinions. That's what you get with this man. That's what you get.
I do have an insatiable desire to be totally different. Your self-worth is just hinges on people.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for saying that.
No.
Appreciate it.
He puts on sunglasses.
Okay, well, after those unique answers, I guess, we just want to say thank you so much for coming, talking to us, for being so funny. It's literally been
I'm just kidding. No, thank you for having us. Super fun time. Thank you.
yeah. Before you guys or before we finish, you guys want to share social media, anything else?
Yeah. It's just, I mean, pretty much the Moon Jays. If you Google the Moon Jays, like Instagram, it'll come up. It's just the Moon Jays is our handle. Moon Jays TikTok, Apple Music, and Spotify. If you look us up, we're got lucky, and we're, as far as we know, the only band with that name. So
Literally, the moonjays.com has links to whatever, as well as upcoming shows.
Okay, listeners, go check them out and make sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at STO Lives Podcast. Thanks for joining us.